mi gatito. Alguien le ha pegado por comer el leloncito. Ahora está llorando por mi gatito. Alguien le ha pegado por comer el leloncito. Ahora está llorando. Yes, moving to LA at 14 is something that I'm gonna tell my grandkids about one day, because I think what I had going for me was the childhood innocence and honestly ignorance. My mom was the one who had to plan everything, who had to figure out the finances, what we're gonna do when we get here, where to live, quit her job. I was just like, yes, it's my time. Like, let's go, mom. And I was like, I'm gonna make it somehow. I'll prove it. I didn't know how. I didn't know when, but luckily it's really working out for me. Signing a major record deal on my 16th birthday, like, that is something only dreams are made of, I feel. It's just really wild. Like, back then, it was like, oh, of course. Like, okay, la 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 la, girl group. Yeah, why not? Sign. But now that I'm 22 years old, I'm like, that was actually so kooky and incredible. And I'm so blessed that I got to have that experience so young, because now that I'm a solo artist and I'm navigating the industry, I feel a lot more prepared. So I'm so happy. Performing and being with Boys for over 5 years and collaborating with so many brands and being seen by millions, I feel like I really learned the only thing that you really have is authenticity. I feel like it's the one thing that will keep you grounded, that will set you apart, and that you don't really have to overthink, because there's only one you in the whole entire world. So I feel like leaning into that as much as possible will just help you go so much further. And I'm so grateful that with Boys World, we were all really encouraged to be our own individual selves. The group Boys stand for Best of Yourself. So I feel like that really highlighted our individuality, and I still really take that with me. And the changes, and I'm constantly figuring that out, and I feel like I'm constantly evolving, but that's something that I will always remember, is to be authentic. Being able to resonate with so many people across the world, filming Show It All in China, it was a dream come true. Like, I had no idea that my personality was going to be taken so well, especially across cultures. So I was just so grateful, because, you know, it could have went anyway. And I honestly wasn't going to look at any comments. I was just going to, you know, do the reality show. It was already scary, because it's like, I can't hide behind a character. I felt like I won, honestly, because growing up, I never felt like I found my herd. I never felt like I fit in. I always felt like the outsider. I still do. So it's really cool that I got to have that experience and people felt like they really got me. The transition from a girl group to a solo artist, I feel like is absolutely jarring. It's so jarring. It is very intense. I'm really grateful that I am super creative, and I always have been, and that I have people around me who support those ideas. Because let me tell you, it is probably 100,000 times more work being a solo independent artist and not having, you know, the label behind you. But it also is so exhilarating, because the sky's the limits. I can really do whatever I want. So I feel like what I really took from the group is the structure and all the behind the scene things that you don't really get to learn until you're in it. And I feel like I got to see the industry from a really safe lens. You know, I had 4 other girls by my side. So now I get to bring all that knowledge that I gained to my solo career, and it's really refreshing. Creating such a huge fan base at such an early age, I feel like I learned what it's like to be under a microscope, especially as a woman. Just think about it. Humans are programmed to fill in the blanks. So when you only give a person, or when a fan base only has a little bit of your life to go by, they're naturally going to come up with their own assumptions. Sometimes it can be hurtful, and sometimes it can be okay. But I learned that to not take anything too seriously, to not take anything too much to heart, because people really don't have that much to go by. And I feel like I've learned the boundary of not having to explain and give everyone every piece of my life. As a young adult going through mental health issues, I feel like that is the number one thing that I'm trying to express and be the voice of, especially for young women, young Black women all over the world who are told that we're too loud, we're too much, who feel like they can't control their emotions sometimes. And I feel like in so many areas of life, women are told, don't be too loud. Oh, you're unprofessional. Like, why are you crying over that? You're being dramatic. And I feel like music is one of the only places that I allow myself to fully feel. So I say that I make music for the emotionally volatile and the chalant people. Like, I do not know how to be nonchalant. And in my music, I feel like you can hear that. And I bring my real life struggles that I feel like so many people can relate to. And sometimes we're just afraid to say it. Oh, the one song that always reminds me that I love performing, probably Crazy in Love, Beyonce. Ooh, there's something in that song that you can't help but to get up and move. Like, her energy is felt through my ears, you know? And I feel like if you could translate that, then I can too. You know, no matter what I want to feel like I want to invoke in somebody, it's possible to wake them up and make them want to get up and move or scream, yell, fight, punch. And I feel like that's just so powerful. I'm just so grateful and so honored to be performing at SheROCKS. Oh, it's one of my first performances as a solo artist, so this is huge. I feel like I just want people to really get to know me without any, you know, prior expectations, whether they linked me to the group or who I was. I feel like this is a new era, a new chapter, and a really big transformation. So I want them to be able to see my artistry for what I want them to see it as, and really create from a blank slate, which I feel like is so powerful and so exciting. I cannot wait